You're watching ABC 7 News at 4, starting with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Bob Harrigan, and this is a First Alert Weather. Hope you're having a great day. This afternoon hasn't been all that bad. We've had a few showers isolated near Bradenton, some building near Lakewood Ranch, but on the beaches, it's been really quite nice. Here's a look at the time review. Casey Key showing some showers well offshore to start the morning off, but generally partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. And it looks as though we're in for a trend that not much rainfall west of I-75 over the upcoming days. You can see some heavier storms did blow up near Palmetto, and I should say just right around Palmetto and Bradenton, and then it's kind of scooted off to the east. Some heavy rainfall, though, fell near Parrish and stretching down near State Road 64. That is all gone now. Just some very light rainfall lingering across places there, but the showers are developing just to the east of Lakewood Ranch. Not much. One near Northport. That's starting to spread toward Northport, and we are seeing some lightning with that cell just east of Hidden River. So all in all, fairly quiet this afternoon. And we have a weak area of high pressure in control in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's going to keep winds very light. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. And as far as showers go, this particular model indicating mainly inland storms through this evening. One or two coming back toward the coast later on tonight. But we shouldn't see a repeat performance that we saw a few nights ago, and we saw those big storms developing in the late night hours. Well, much more on our weather coming up in just a few minutes. Jacqueline and Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to our top story. Some breaking news out of South Sarasota County, where a deadly diving trip has happened today.
A diver went missing about a mile off of Minnesota Beach and has now been confirmed dead by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. ABC 7's Rebecca Fernandez is live this evening with details on that tragic accident. Rebecca?
Good evening, guys. Well, that diver went missing at around 10 a.m. this morning, along with two other divers. And when Venice Marine Patrol arrived and attempted to rescue all three men, only two of them survived. It all happened about a mile off of Minnesota Beach. The diver who died was 61-year-old James Little, who lived in Venice his entire life. There was a fourth person on the boat who was the captain, and he is the one who made the call for help when the divers went missing. The Venice Fire Department was the first on the scene, but it quickly turned into a multi-agency response, including the Venice Police Department, the Sarasota Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Coast Guard, and FWC. At this time, it's unclear what caused the diver to go missing in the first place, but Sarasota medical examiners are now performing tests to determine what took his life. Reporting for Now in Venice, Rebecca Fernandez, ABC 7, your Suncoast News. Back to you.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much. New at 4, we now know the name of the woman who was found murdered inside her Sarasota home last night. Police say Blanca Sanders was murdered by her husband, 39-year-old Spencer Sanders. Investigators say the victim's daughter found her dead last evening after not being able to reach her during the day. This all happened at their home on 42nd Street in Sarasota. Authorities have not released specific details about Blanca's death, but they do say Spencer Sanders was arrested in May for domestic battery after he was accused of trying to strangle his wife. Sarasota Police Department's HOT team is getting some recognition by their colleagues from Evansville, Indiana. Evansville Police wrapping up a two-day visit today to get a first-hand look at Sarasota's homeless outreach team. SPD drives off the streets and into fields and other areas to reach homeless in a more personal approach. The Evansville chief heard about the HOT team after hearing Chief DePino talk about it at a national law enforcement conference last year. All right, let's get to Jacqueline now for two incredible life-saving missions.
Scott, it's a life-saving mission that the Coast Guard is saying they've never seen anything like. A 19-year-old pulled out to sea, spending 10 hours fighting for his life off the coast of Georgia. Blake Spataro was sitting by the shore when a riptide washed him out into open water. The U.S. Coast Guard searched in the sky and by boat with no luck. He came across a golf course where he came close enough to walk to shore and get help.
I've been in the Coast Guard 18 years and I have never seen anything like this.
Well, thank you very much, man.
He is now out of the hospital and says he's truly blessed to be alive. Another remarkable story of survival. All 11 people on board this plane somehow were able to walk away after it crashed on a mountainside. This is video of that dramatic rescue. Watch as Coast Guard crews pull one plane crash survivor after another to safety in those dangerous conditions.
The whole effort, it was amazing. I'm gonna cry, sorry. It's just incredible to have to get in that helicopter and be terrified of another flight. And the pilot he was just calm, and they were amazing.
The pilot called 911 moments after the crash happened. The Coast Guard then swooping in, navigating 2 helicopters through dense fog. One crew member saying it was the thickest cloud cover he had ever seen. The survivors bruised and battered, but all okay. Another one for our Only in Florida file. Caught on camera, a man beating a partially blind man dressed like a minion. Daytona Beach police have arrested and charged Ryan Neihart with battery and criminal mischief. But he claims it was only a prank for his social media account. An employee of the store says the man who dresses like a minion continues to work there and is not going to let this incident get him down. Well, a fun day at the park quickly turned horrific for parents at a playground in Massachusetts. Police are now looking for answers after a 2-year-old girl reportedly lost a toe when she hit a crack on a broken slide. This video shows first responders rushing to help that little girl. One parent could not believe what she saw.
When a woman tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, we need to, someone's going to come over to look at the slide because there's a toe in there."
Since then, town officials have shut down the park. There are conflicting reports on if that little girl actually lost her toe. Her condition is not known at this time. Let's send it back to Scott for an update on nurses protesting across the state of Florida. Scott?
That's right, Jacqueline. Those nurses picketing at 6 hospitals across the state, including Doctors Hospital and Blake Medical Center here on the Suncoast. Members of the nurses union protesting as contract negotiations are now underway. They want to see change when it comes to patient care, staffing, recruitment, and retention of nurses.
The other thing is having improved compensation and wages so that we can really attract the experienced nurses that we need. We need to be able to recruit those nurses and then retain them.
Doctors Hospital releasing a statement today saying in part that they want the community to understand that actions like this will never, quote, come between us and our commitment to the high quality care and services we offer our patients on a daily basis. Sarasota County could still one day privatize its transit bus system, but county commissioners are willing to explore other options for now. Commissioners voting yesterday to issue a request for new proposals allowing vendors to possibly take over the public transportation system. Commissioners are looking for a change because SCAT currently does not make a profit. Commissioners from both Sarasota and Manatee counties have discussed a possible merger of the 2 bus systems in the past. There's more to come on your Suncoast News. Mote Marine Lab and FWC investigating 3 suspected poachers of sea turtle nests on a Suncoast beach. And those iconic twin towers that stood at Cape Canaveral were brought to the ground this morning. We'll tell you why. Plus, more companies are joining the so-called No Straw movement, who's been added to the list of unsustainable alternatives.
Don't miss the exciting original musical review, Tops from Flops, playing July 11th through the 22nd at the Players Center. All the best songs from all the wrong shows from composers like Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, and more. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll want to sing right along with Tops from Flops.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
When you are home alone, an emergency can become a tragedy. However, with any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, whether in the bathroom,
I've fallen in the shower.
At home,
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
and on the go.
Help! I've fallen in the park and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-518-0221. That's 1-800-518-0221. Call now, 1-800-518-0221. For a free brochure, call 1-800-518-0221.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Mote Marine Lab is urging people to stay away from sea turtle nests on area beaches. This comes after poachers damaged a nest on Nokomis Beach last week. NBC7's Jackie Kelly talked with Mote Marine officials and joins us now live with more on the story tonight. Jackie.
Scott, Mote tells me early Friday morning their turtle tagging team saw a group of people digging up a sea turtle nest here on Nokomis Beach. However, once the poachers saw other people, they filled the hole back in and ran away. Now, one egg was damaged in the process, and Mote reminds people that because all sea turtles are either threatened or endangered, touching or harassing a turtle, their eggs, or any of the nesting marking materials is illegal, and it can result in a fine or even jail time. Now, if you do see someone harassing those nests, they tell you to either call the sheriff or FWC. Scott, back to you.
All right, Jackie, thank you so much. And let's get to Jacqueline in the newsroom now for a look at some of the stories that are trending today. Jacqueline?
Scott, with the push of a button, the Twin Towers of Cape Canaveral's most storied launch sites came tumbling down today. Take a look at this video of the demolition that was brought down by the commander of the Air Force's 45th Space Wing. The landmark touched the skyline since the early space program. The tower's demolition comes nearly 7 years after the complex last hosted a launch. Check out this video from Arizona after 30-foot flames burst through a grocery store. Video shows plumes of black clouds and flames coming out of a Safeway store in Phoenix. Firefighters were able to get everyone out safely and there were no injuries reported. The cause of that fire has not been confirmed yet, but a lightning strike could be to blame. Well, Build-A-Bear Workshop's Pay Your Age Day attracted thousands of customers nationwide, too many in fact. Lines were so long that the retailer announced on Facebook it was closing lines in U.S. and Canada stores due to overcrowding and safety concerns. Now, back on Tuesday, the retailer announced that guests would be able to pay their age to build a stuffed animal, capping at $29 if parents signed up for the Bonus Club reward program. And also take a look at this live stream that we posted on our Facebook page of a puppy that was rescued and reunited with her family after falling into a sewer drain in Charlotte, North Carolina. Firefighters say the 5-week-old toy poodle puppy MJ apparently fell 6 feet down into a service pipe. After nearly 2 hours, firefighters pulled the puppy out of the drain. Oxygen was pumped to the puppy in the pipe, and a hazmat team used a camera to track the puppy while inside. Let's send it back to Scott in the studio with today's consumer news.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. The founder of Papa John's Pizza is out. John Schnatter has resigned as the company's chairman a day after admitting he used a racial slur. Schnatter used the N-word while on a conference call with a public relations firm as they talked about ways to avoid public relations problems. Your Twitter following could take a hit today. Millions of accounts dubbed suspicious are being taken down. Twitter has been stepping up the search for fake accounts, often used to boost follower numbers, and today will start deleting them. There's no word exactly how many, but Twitter's expected to cut tens of millions of accounts. It's part of a broader effort to fight trolls, fake news, and disinformation on the platform. Problems continue to mount for troubled retailer Sears, the company announcing it's eliminating 200 more jobs. In a letter to employees last month, Sears CEO wrote the cuts were necessary to create what he called a stronger organization. Sears has lost more than $11 billion since 2010 and has seen its sales plunge 60% since then. Just over a decade ago, the retailer had 3,500 stores across the country. Today, That number is less than 1,000. Call it the no straw revolution. The list is growing for major corporations that are ditching plastic and announcing new eco-friendly initiatives. Starbucks announced earlier this week that it's ditching its plastic straws. Now American and Alaska Airlines are also making the switch to biodegradable straws. And starting in September, Hyatt says single-use plastic straws will be available only by request at its hotels. More changes are coming to the world's biggest drug makers. Pfizer now says it will reorganize itself into 3 separate units. The company will focus on innovative medicines, established brands like Viagra and Lipitor, and consumer health care. Let's get back to Bob Harrigan now with our First Alert forecast.
Thanks, Scott. Hope everyone's having a great afternoon. Looking at the beach, it's been nice out there all day long. Lots of flat, calm seas for the most part. It's going to stay that way, too. A high pressure ridge, which usually means light winds, going to be pretty much to the west of us. It gives us a generally southwesterly flow, but it's going to be so light that we're going to see these showers and storms pop up almost anywhere, but more so inland. And there's not going to be many, not our typical scenario that sets up here during the summer months. We get that east to southeasterly wind flow. I wanted to show you this from last night. We showed this at 11 o'clock last night. Look at all these spectacular rainbows. This one from Plantation in Venice. Tom getting this, and you can see a little bit of the double right there. It's just above it there. Again, another one coming from Northport, and that definitely is a double rainbow. The other one not nearly as bright, and it's always the opposite colors as far as the order goes because of the reflection and refraction of light. And then we have Cindy Desmond out on Siesta Key, so we're moving up the coast here a little bit to a partial double, and then into Longboat Key. Jill Chandler getting a nice shot right there. Well, we could see some rainbows tonight as some light rain moves out into the Gulf of Mexico, but generally the heavier rain that was around is now changed over to lighter showers up into Manatee County. Big storms, I mentioned earlier at the top of the news, the storm near Northport, which was just to the east and north of I-75, is now built to Northport and bringing some lightning strikes there even outside of the heavy rainfall. So look out, stay indoors, get off the golf courses there at Heron Creek, and looks as though we're going to see that spread continued off to the west-southwest, so even into Bobcat Trail. It's fairly close to you there. The rain east of I-75 in Sarasota County and also now entering into DeSoto County, bringing some heavy rainfall there. Notice how they kind of blew up earlier, stuck around for just about an hour or so, and then vanished, and now we're getting that light residual showers behind it, kind of moving through Parrish now, and some near Bradenton. Not a lot of rain near the coast, and I think that's going to be the case over the next couple of days at least. Some real dry air to the north of us right now over parts of North Florida. And as far as the remnants go of Beryl, not much to it. It's going to move off to the east. The trough of low pressure, which drove Chris away from the United States, continues to hang out over the southeast United States, and that has bumped that high pressure ridge out to the west of us, giving us that light wind from the west and southwest. Well, our forecast tonight calling for a few isolated showers this evening. Nothing like we saw a couple of nights ago, but we will see a few showers, it looks like. And then for tomorrow, notice how these showers at 9:30 are moving off to the east, and then most of it building off into the inland areas. And once in a while, a lone shower, a stray shower will come back into play, say around 11, 12 o'clock. Saturday looks to be good. If you have any plans, it shouldn't be bad at all. For boaters, too, it looks to be shaping up quite nicely. This thing is racing and weakening as it pushes to the northeast. Chris is about gone. And you can see this trough of low pressure really inhibiting Beryl from forming right now. We'll keep an eye on it, but it's not having an impact on us. And the latest on it, wind's already down to 70 miles an hour with that one. Northeast movement at 35. Well, temperatures across the state, 93 in Tallahassee, it's 93 in Orlando, so still hot in Jacksonville too. A bit cooler in Sarasota at 87. For boaters, tomorrow looks good. Less than 2-foot seas out there, mostly smooth conditions. We'll have south winds turning to the west in the afternoon. The extended forecast then, just a slight chance for, again, late day showers, mainly inland. A few coastal showers are possible, but not many. 40% chance for scattered storms on Saturday and Sunday. And really rain chances staying a little bit below seasonal averages for this time of year. High temperatures near 90 degrees. Well, we have our app. You know about it. If you haven't downloaded it already, do so. It's a valuable tool that you'll need throughout this storm season, as well as the hurricane season and our afternoon thunderstorm pattern, obviously. And it's really a nice feature. Will alert you to all kinds of weather problems here along the Sun Coast.
Well, Bob, we have seen when tropical systems go through, surfers come out because they love the big waves. And what was Hurricane Chris developed those waves along the east coast of the U.S. Along with ideal surfing conditions, though, comes the risk of rip currents. That can catch swimmers off guard and pull them out farther into the water away from the safety of the beach.
Well, Florida ranks #1 in rip current deaths each year, and just for this year alone, we've had 8 deaths in Florida. We had one here in Siesta Key back in May. So again, look for signs of discolored, cloudy, or sandy-looking water. Also, always remember to swim near lifeguards who are on duty there. And if you see a rip current and you get caught in one, don't panic. Yell and scream as loud as you can to get help, obviously, and try to swim parallel with the beach to get out of the rip current. Don't swim against it. Even the best swimmers, the Olympic swimmers, can't do it. They'll tire before they reach the shore. So swim parallel, and then once you're out of it, swim back to shore. That's the best advice there.
All right. Well, imagine some winds being so powerful that you could hardly walk forward. Take a look at this social media video show how terrible the conditions were for many people in Spain this week. Strong winds, heavy rain hit parts of Spain yesterday. One person even having to carry their child probably so they wouldn't get knocked over or blown away. Yeah, people struggled to walk as some streets quickly flooded. We had street flooding yesterday, too, in Manatee County. The rain is expected to slow down for the rest of the week, but skies are likely to remain cloudy through Friday. So if you're going to Spain, it's going to be kind of cloudy there. And as you said earlier, it only rains mainly in Spain. The rain falls mainly on the plane. Thanks, Bob. The electronic scooter industry is booming, and now a popular ride-sharing company has teamed up to join the movement. What other industries are now seeing as more customers ride these scooters?
I'm Joey Panic from Suncoast View. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to take a look at Suncoast summer fashion to help us stay cool as the temperatures climb, all from a local boutique. Plus, we'll meet the cast of Free Fall Theater's latest musical. That's coming up tomorrow at 9 on Suncoast View.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
The electric scooter industry is apparently booming, but so are ER visits and potential lawsuits. Electric scooter rentals, now a multi-billion-dollar industry, just received a sizable investment from ride-hailing company Uber. But rider safety is now a major concern. One woman says her first ride sent her to the emergency room.
When you hit the cement at 17 miles an hour, it hurts. I did a block, and when I came back around the corner, I was going probably a little fast. I hit where the trolley exchanges, face first, like over the scooter.
Well, despite safety procedures like encouraging users to wear helmets and ride in bike lanes, scooter riders proceed at their own risk, leading to a reported uptick in legal cases. We're just getting started here on ABC 7. Jacqueline is in the newsroom now with a quick look at some of the other stories we're working on for you tonight. Jacqueline?
Scott, plans for the renovation of the Bayfront continues. Coming up tonight at 5, we'll hear what local landmark one city commissioner wants saved. And at 6 o'clock, why pro-choice and gay rights groups gathered at the state capitol today to protest the new Supreme Court nomination. And at 7, the number of teenagers having sex and doing drugs is on a downfall. But why are more teens feeling depressed? All that and more coming up this evening. Now let's send it back to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with a look at your final forecast. Bob?
Thanks, Jacqueline. We are looking at a pretty nice beach walk tonight. There may be a few light rain showers out. There's a slight risk, but generally partly cloudy skies. I'll have a west wind at 5 miles an hour. Now, still getting reports of red tide out there. The midweek report came in just one location in Manatee County, but we still have quite a few in Sarasota County reporting some patchy red tide from low concentrations to medium concentrations there. Sunset will be at 8:29. And we're looking for, as I said, just a slight risk for a shower or two. Boy, we had some pretty heavy weather, rumble of thunder there in Bradenton and then near Parrish, and now some light rain lingering along I-75. It's not very heavy, and you can see it just southeast of Parrish there. Moderate shower, light rain near Parrish, and stretching over to I-75 and State Road 64, even maybe a little light rain entering into Bradenton right now, but not much going on, really, considering what time of year we're at. It's been pretty quiet, and some bigger storms now in Northport with an isolated cell there, which is starting to expand and drop to the south. More on our weather coming up in about a half hour. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us on ABC 7 News at 4. We hope to see you back here at 5 o'clock.